What's up everybody, I'm hoping you're all well, and talk about false advertising for a movie. My god. In the Earth. So In the Earth is the latest British horror movie to be directed by Ben Wheatley, the director of Kill List, High Rise and Free Fire. And in this movie we follow Martin Lawrie, who's played by Joel Fry, a scientist who goes into the woods with a park ranger whose name I can't remember. Elora Toccia? Is that how you pronounce her name? Elora Toccia? She plays Alma. I knew the character's name, I just couldn't remember the actress's name. But yeah, he goes into woods with Alma, a park ranger, in an attempt to find someone he had a personal connection with many years ago who's doing a sort of experiment in the middle of these woods. However, the longer they are in these woods, it soon becomes clear that they are not alone and someone or something is watching them, to the point where as they venture further into the woods, they begin to feel more and more unsafe and uneasy as they begin to wonder if the land around them is actually alive. And straight off the bat, I gotta say, if you've seen the trailer for this movie, you'll be expecting a completely different movie because they are selling this as a proper jump scary type horror. Very much in the same vein of The Ritual, which is another British horror movie that I watched a few years ago, which I absolutely love. I've watched it a couple more times since then, and I do really adore that film. And going into this movie and seeing the trailer, that's the sort of movie I was expecting to get into. But that's not what I got at all. This is very much a slow burn journey into the human psyche. It's a chilling and hallucinogenic trip into a nightmare, and not at all that anything's wrong with that, but it's clearly very much marketed as a proper horror film, filled with jump scares, filled with thrills, filled with chills, and possibly even a creepy monster that'll appear out of nowhere. So that's a heads up to people out there. If you've seen the trailer and that's what you're looking for, this is not the movie you're going to be seeing. This is very much a character-driven piece that is designed to get under your skin, make you feel uncomfortable and on edge throughout the runtime. And to be fair, in that regard, the movie succeeds. This isn't a bad movie at all, especially from an acting standpoint. Everyone in this movie gives a top-notch performance. I can't fault the performances in this movie at all. Everyone was great in this film. While you were able to sympathise with our main protagonists as they're venturing into these woods and starting to lose their minds as they go further and further in, the other two main characters you meet along the way do a good job of creeping you out and getting under your skin. You're never really sure who to trust. And Ben Wheatley's masterful direction mixed with the disorienting editing makes you feel just as lost and vulnerable as these characters are feeling. Like, if you know Ben Wheatley and the type of films he directs, you know you're not going in for a bog standard horror film. There's definitely going to be some more secret meaning behind there. It's going to be very artsy, it's going to be very all over the place, and by all over the place I mean designed to kind of mess with your head. The guy just knows how to play with his audience, and in that I can't say he went wrong. The main concept of this movie was enough to keep me engaged and interested throughout the entire runtime. The main characters in this film I sympathised with, you could get behind, and the movie did do a very good job of making you feel uncomfortable and on edge, as if you're expecting something to happen, and when nothing does happen, like, it's all about building up that tension in this film. It doesn't really give you that release. Not like other horror movies where it starts to build up that tension and it keeps ramping up that tension to the point of that sweet release of a jump scare that is then designed to scare you. This movie just builds on that uncomfortable tension throughout the entire runtime and never gives you that release. And so in that, it does make you feel on edge every time because you're wanting something to happen. However, that's where I feel like this movie is going to let a lot of people down. I feel like some people are going to go into this movie and really not like it. I mean, there were some people who were behind me. Bless them, they weren't talking throughout the entire movie, but as soon as the movie ended, they literally said, what the fuck was that? That wasn't a horror movie, because the movie trailer is marketing it as a straight up horror. So I feel like this movie is going to fly under the radar for a lot of film goers, or they're just going to not get a lot of praise. It's going to be lambasted by casual film goers who are expecting a genuine horror film. But in terms of the genre that it actually is, which personally I see as a psychological thriller rather than a horror, I didn't see it go wrong in any way. I thought it was a fantastic movie. It is very much a slow burn movie, so in that the pacing does drag, but I feel like it definitely works for the type of movie this is, and the score itself as well I thought was really haunting. Overall, I had a really good time with this movie. While I knew Ben Wheatley's name going into it, so I knew I wasn't going to be getting a bog standard horror movie as I mentioned, I was expecting something on the same vein of Ritual, so it was a little bit disappointing that I didn't get that, but because I hadn't built up my expectations to receive a movie like that, I'm happy with the product that I got at the end, and so for all those reasons I have to give In the Earth 4 stars. So, In the Earth, have you guys seen it at all? What are your thoughts on it? I'm very intrigued to see what your thoughts are on this movie and what you thought about the trailer and how different it is from the trailer. Whatever they are, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.